Hello! Today we are playing Minecraft. But today is different because we're in the flat world. I already built a bunch of stuff in this world. But I thought I would show you how to build a fancy house for your fancy world. Now let's get right into it. Right, so the first thing that you want is a nice random shape. Not completely random, get the hell out of here, but a bit random, so your house has some like feeling to it instead of just a block, which is kind of boring, let's be honest. I'm just building a random shape right now. It's gonna be big. It's gonna take forever, so it's big. It's not actually that big. This is... I'm thinking of a shape. I guess this is gonna be the bedroom. Boom! Random shape. Oh wait, oh my god. It's God damn it. It's a like button. That's a tiny thumb. Go hit it now, cause this is like the best video ever. I don't know why. So the doorway, I imagine, will be by here. You don't have to copy my shape of house exactly, but you can mostly copy the ideas I use for like the stuff like this. I just realized I don't even have glass. I'm an idiot. I don't think I'll be talking in this much, but I do think it will be 2 floored. Yeah. No, 4. Yeah, up to here. Then there'll be a little bit of cobblestone. Wait, no, it needs to be a bit taller so we can get that nice chandelier in. I'm just gonna build the lining for it. Oh, that was perfect. You cow. What are you doing here, you cow? Get out of here. Oh, that's, he's fine. He's not fine. So now we have to dig down into the floor. So then we can put in the wood, but you can also do this with cobblestone. I can remember one time in school, we were doing some boring stuff, right? Boring booty stuff. Not literally booty stuff, but it was boring. And I had my phone because I brought my phone to school. And I had this game called Balloon TD6. And the person right next to me, we'll call him Jam Jar. So Jam Jar was really bored, like he was boreder than me. Because she was reading out a story because it was World Book Day, but the class was planned to read a story. So that was part of the school plan. So we didn't even get to read our own books. So we had to do our plan. So basically we didn't get to read our own books. Yeah, I don't like that teacher. But now that we're stuck in, I have that teacher online. I wish I could have the bossy one, or the one I rarely have, which usually takes plan from the one that I usually have. So I have one, we'll call her Mrs. I don't like you. So what am I saying? So she was teaching us, right? Mrs. I don't like you. It making me sound like I say she doesn't like me, but I don't like her. So, let's see. She was reading out the story that she was like planned to do, so we didn't get to read our own books, which was unfortunate. And my friend Mr. Jam Jar, he's a pretty good friend of mine. I gave him some magnets, tiny magnets. There was like a ton of them, so it didn't do much, but still, I was being nice. So, Mr. Jam Jar was bolder than me. I was trying to listen to the story, but it wasn't the story I wanted to read because I wanted to read my own book for a start. But I goddamn didn't get to. Now, I rarely read for a start. Like, sometimes I read it once I'm about to go to bed. Usually not, though. And also, sometimes, but nearly never, I go into the library with some of my friends. They usually go on the laptop. And I just read my book. But sometimes I go on the laptop as well. I can remember one time I was like drawing like a mixture between a bunch of stuff, but we're getting off topic from the story I was telling you at first. So he was really bored, Mr. Jam Jar, and so I got out my phone, turned it down to 0 volume, and because we had bloody books in front of us, I did the classic thing, hiding your phone behind your book, or hiding a book behind a book. Yeah, and he starts scooting his chair closer to me, right? and he starts to move his book closer. So then it didn't look weird once he was goddamn looking at my thing. So once he like glanced over at the teacher, because once she was reading at it, she was like looking at all of us. But luckily, the helper teacher, Mrs. Helper, I'm gonna call her that. Yeah, there's two Mrs. Helpers and one Mr. Helper. There's a let's see. There's 3 Mrs. Helpers. There's one Mrs. Helper that I don't like, one Mrs. Helper that I really like, and one Mr. Helper that I don't really talk to, because she's usually there for classes that I don't need her for, because I'm good at those classes. So... Hello, I was just telling a story.
Hello, what? You were telling a story, were you?
Yeah, I was telling a story.
I see.
Me inside of class, and I got out my phone because the teacher was making us read a book on World Book Day.
Shut up!
You totally didn't just ruin the video that I was making.
Oh wait, were you making a video?
Yeah, you idiot.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so shut your mouth and sit down in a chair and listen to my goddamn story.
Sorry. Wait, why are you telling a story?
Because I'm building stuff inside Minecraft and it's boring, and I couldn't think of anything to say, so I started telling the story.
Yeah, smart. I've seen Minecraft YouTubers or whatever YouTubers do that. But they're a bit older.
Yeah, well, I got stories too. I went to high school. So Mr. Jam Jar, which is one of my friends, I just named him that because I did.
Making a YouTube video. What do you think, Mike?
And
Minecraft.
he was really bored, and the teacher
video
was being mean and making us read a Pacific book on World Book Day instead of our own books. You won't understand most of the stuff. So either way, Mrs. Helper wasn't here today, and none of the Mrs. Helpers were in.
And my stream is family friendly.
So I was able to get out my phone and start playing on it because I wasn't interested inside this thing. So Mr. Jam Jar, my friend, he started scooting over his chair and then started looking at my book, like glancing over at the teacher, so then the teacher wasn't looking over at him and seeing that and then us getting uncovered. And that didn't happen. We literally got away with playing on my phone inside English. That's not the only class that I got away with playing on my phone because it's boring as hell. I feel like I'm definitely gonna be a YouTuber because most YouTubers find school boring and don't really learn much, so then they have to require to YouTube. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end up like that. So, we were inside science, and I used to have my favourite bloody science teacher, but he was only here for half the bloody year. And I didn't know that.
My stream is family friendly, thank you.
Yeah, so is mine.
You just said, you know what?
Yeah, every single kid cuts himself and then hears the word blood. Well done.
Shut up!
Okay. So, after that teacher was gone, the teacher that told us that
I'm going to Minecraft.
was not my favourite teacher, so I'm gonna name this teacher Mr. Not My Favourite. So, Now, we're in class with him. His method is to explain how to do it.
Oh, this
and
is a
what to
clickbait
do.
stream. I need to end the stream before I go on Minecraft.
Yeah, we
Wait,
were,
what? My stream automatically ended. Oh yeah, it's because I came off Fortnite.
Oh yeah, well done. So, he would usually explain it to us and like read it out and show us and sometimes show us a video, which I quite like because I like watching videos. And so I'm confused what to do on Minecraft.
Wait, can I join you?
Maybe, but I'm just building a house, a fancy house.
Please, I want to join. Invite me.
I'm not gonna invite you. You can most likely join, and if you can't join, you're not gonna join. So deal with it. So
Wait, I'm gonna join my friend's park. I'm staff on it because I signed up as staff for it.
So he was reading out some stuff I already knew because I'm a very smart boy and I like science. I'm either gonna end up as a YouTuber or scientist. I'm gonna end up as one of the two.
Or you'll end up as an idiot.
An edit. That it.
An edit.
Oh my gosh. An editor.
I never said an edit.
Okay. I could turn out as an editor, but I'm not amazing in ICT. So, he's reading out his stuff, but Mrs. What's her name? Mrs. Not my favorite helper. No, wait, I gotta try and think of better names. Mrs. Demandy Helper. Yeah, that's way better. She is quite demanding. And she doesn't make very good points. She's one of those teachers that said, because I said so. You know, once I said, if you give me an actual reason other than because I said so, I'll actually do it. And then she said, I'm a teacher, so you have to listen to me. And I had to, because it was a different reason. Maybe I should have been more specific. But either way, she was sitting right next to me. So I knew I couldn't be inside the classroom while I'm playing on my phone. So, because I'm bloody amazing at science, and I nearly always finish beforehand, and the teacher always tries to keep me inside the classroom once I'm trying to leave. Either way, once I leave for about 2 to 5 minutes. Right?
I'm blocking this guy's way.
Okay, so while I was inside there, I would just pull out my phone and start playing games and like stay there for like, well, however long. And once I can remember doing that, and then I was at the end of the lesson and the sir said, there wasn't anything important because everybody else was just finishing up. Because I'm a boss and I did it early. So then I didn't even need the last freaking flipping, like, I was about in there for about 8 minutes. It was shorter than 10, but longer than 5. I didn't actually get any nicknames for that. But nobody, I sneeze really, really loud. So in the future I might get a nickname for that. I haven't so far. But usually after I sneeze, everybody goes, oh! It's really annoying. And then I sneeze in their direction. They'd be like, oh, you sneezed on me. I covered up with my hands, you idiot. So now they sound whiny. That's literally all I can do to someone like that. Well, I don't really do that, but I want to. I don't have the guts for it. But for some reason, here's something really weird. I mainly sneeze really loudly inside maths or ICT. I don't know what to tell you. I don't sneeze at all in other classes. I don't purposely sneeze. I kind of like maths. Not my favorite thing, but I kind of like it. So, oh, what was my bloody point? Also inside ICT, I can't get out my phone and start playing. So I start playing on the goddamn computer. So now in ICT, once I've done all the tasks, I ask the teacher, what should I do now? And he literally says, go on the internet somewhere as long as it's lit, like 0 volume. So as long as I'm 0 volume, I can do basically whatever I want on the internet. So I start playing Fly or Die. Maybe not the best choice because it's quite a frustrating game. But that only happened like once or twice. Because I'm not the best person inside ICT. My friend, I have to give him a made up name. Key. Wait, is Key a real name?
So no.
Well, either way, his name is Key because I gave him that name for this video. Oh, Jesus Christ, everybody's gonna know his actual name because everybody know what Key sounds like. And if you don't, just think of rhymes, mate. Okay, I may have exposed his name. Either way, he probably won't care. I'll call him later. Hello, Mr. Creeper. So now, he is the usual one that gets to mess around. There's 2 creepers. Either way, he's the one that usually gets stuff done. So then, the ICT teacher knows he has to step his game up. So, once we got to coding, god damn it. He would add like a bunch of stuff. Like, we would not get a break. We would nearly always constantly get stuff. And he basically never got to do that again. Because there was so much goddamn stuff. And I never snuck away or actually played on my phone inside ICT. But sometimes, rarely, I do go on my phone inside maths. Because sometimes it's boring. Everybody knows what I mean. Sometimes they're just explaining it because it's... Oh, you know, they're just explaining how to do it and all that junk. And... we're learning something that I learned inside primary school. Which doesn't often happen, but it sometimes happens. So, I'm like sitting here, just being bored, and I knew I couldn't get my phone out because my seat is right in front of the teacher's desk. So I was the least unlucky. Until the transfer of seats, where I moved 2 tables backwards. So it's almost inside the back row, but I wasn't. So that wasn't amazing. So So he could still see me pretty clearly. So I couldn't really get a chance. So I knew what I could do. Magnets. But wait, why would I be able to bring magnets? There, maths. So once he asks what I'm doing with those magnets, I say I'm doing bloody calculations with them. Oh, aren't I a smart boy here? So I'm able to play with beads once it's the boring stuff. And I'm able to actually use them once it comes to the hard stuff. That's amazing. So maths isn't that bad for me. So I never have to worry. I actually like it once I go to maths. Because it's kind of fun. If you know what I mean, sometimes. Oh yeah, one of my maths tests, I got a 60%, right? One of the best people inside the class. And he realized he got my test thing wrong. I didn't get 60%. I got, what the hell is that spider doing? I got a full-on bloody, I think I got like 70%. Wow. Aren't I super smart? I don't know what else to talk about now. Other classes. Art. I goddamn love it, and I never have to talk about it because it's just amazing. That's literally all I'm gonna say. That's literally it. All I'm gonna say about that is it's amazing. So, yeah. Other classes. Spanish. I'm absolutely terrible. I can understand stuff. So the teacher could be saying Spanish words, right? And I would be understanding him. I can't bloody read it at all because I can't really read normal words. Yeah. So, what do I say now? Oh, I don't know what to say. So he would be saying stuff, right? And I would be able to understand him. And then he asked me to say something. And I have no bloody clue what I'm doing. Like, I go from master to... What the hell am I doing? Literally. I don't know how to say anything in Spanish. To tell you, I'm just really bad at saying stuff in Spanish. I can understand most of the words. But once to come actually saying them... Yeah, I'm not very useful there. What other classes do I have? Food. I actually have cooking. Cooking. I'm not very good at anything except pastries. So I'm good at making like cookies and muffins and that stuff. Not much else. I made some cookies with my mum yesterday. They were delicious. Oh my god, they tasted amazing. I want to have them again. But, you know, we can't. Also had RM. Materials, RM. Reconstructing materials. I honestly don't know what it stands for. But it stands for something, and I probably don't know it. But one time I got sawdust in my eyes.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that was actually just confusing because she said to go once it out, and every time I blinked, I just like I would see brown spots. I would literally see brown spots, and then I thought, oh my god. Well, probably the reason why they're so big is because they're right next to my eyeballs. I was the only person to get sawdust in their eyes. Wanna know why? It's because we did that on the first day, and I didn't know that you couldn't sand really fast and you couldn't swipe the sanding thing. So then nobody else got it because, you know, because I got it. Yeah. Aren't I amazing? I'm trying to think of other stuff to say. What other classes do I have? I'm not sure. Music, yes, music. I almost forgotten about music. Now, music is one of my favorites, and
One of my least favorites.
Because the music teacher is really kind. And actually, I got her mixed up with someone from my primary school. So, the person inside my primary school, she had 2 kids, right? So I didn't actually have her for a teacher at all. So I didn't really know her. All I knew is that she had 2 kids. And one was a toddler and one was a baby. It's literally all I knew about her. So once my music teacher was gonna have a kid, I thought that was her 3rd one. Yeah, that wasn't the best thing to say. So I said to her, how many have you had now? None. And then I realized that she wasn't that teacher that I was thinking of. So I was just being an idiot. I'm trying to think of other stuff to talk about. Also, as she's still having her baby, well, she was, that baby should be born soon. She asked us for names, but she wouldn't actually take them into vote. She would just take them as suggestion. I said Lily. That was her middle name. So, do you know what that means? I did good for the naming. Yay. So, now we have a new music teacher that, yeah, she's pretty nice. She played a song for us on the first day. So, great introduction. You got most of us thinking, hey, she's nice. But you know how you think I'm a bad kid for going on my phone inside some classes? Well, I'm not the baddest kid inside my class because we have someone. How about I'm trying to think of a name for him. Oh, this is really hard. Because all the names that I thought up for them was either because I don't know their name. It was either by how I think of them or how they think of me. But for people that I know their names, I try to think of a name that sounds like their name but isn't. You know, I'm just gonna straight up use his name. He won't know ever. Ashton! His name was Ashton. And Ashton was an asshole. Do you get it, Kai?
Mm-hmm.
Do you get it?
Kai?
Kai, what the hell?
That's what you said.
I forgot your name. With all the, whenever I think of names, I forget other names that aren't related. You're not related to my school in any way, so I can't remember your name. Mr. Online Friend Person, hello. So Ashton was a lot of an asshole, right? And he did a lot of rule breaking, and he often got C1s and 2s. Oh, none of you will know what C1s and 2s are. So C1 is basically a timeout. C2 is basically a small detention. A C3 is literally a detention. C4 is a suspension. And then there's a C5. I asked the principal how many C5s have he given out. He said he's only given out very few. But then he said my throat's getting dry from talking. I didn't even know that could happen. I've talked for this long before. So do you know one of your friends? His name starts with an A. And he doesn't know his name. And then I said his name's Ashton. Yeah, Ashton. I think I might in the future be giving him a C5 if he doesn't change his ways in the future. Yeah, so Ashton, if you see this, goddamn stop breaking every single rule there physically is. You're gonna get expelled. Okay, that's a good message for him. So, Ashton was moved right to the front of maths class, right in front of him, because, you know why, because the ways. And so, the teacher could keep an eye on him. And one day, we were playing. Oh, not playing. Why did I say playing? I don't know. So we were doing our maths, right? And we had to take pictures of the screen because some people decided to do a higher up one than the others, which I usually did. Because I thought, hey, if it turns out that they're harder than I think, I'll just switch back to the other one. So I did, and I would. And Ashton likes breaking every rule the school can think of. And let's see. He straight up played on his phone with the volume halfway up from full. He started playing games. And mind, he's right in front of the teacher. Yeah, so this maths teacher, he absolutely hates Ashton. So, nearly every single day, Ashton would break a rule, basically. And I would never see Ashton outside in break. And some days, I wouldn't even see him in class. Wanna know why? Because he got C3s, C3s rarely, but he got C1s and C2s pretty often. He nearly always had a C1, right? So he's not as bad as me. I rarely got C1s, C2s and that stuff. The highest I got was 2 C1s. One of them was because I was playing a prank on my friend Jamjar from before, and it was raining outside, and he went through the back door because for some reason for ICT and maths, we would always go that way instead of the actual way because, you know, there's barely any people there. So it's just easier. And I decided to lock the door, and that was my first C1. And a teacher gave me a threat C1. He said, you got a C1, so you got to see me at break. But I didn't realize it was a threat C1 until the day it was my C1. Because I asked her, hey, where do I want to meet you? Oh, no. I believe you, but I might not in the future. But I do believe you, and I only said that so the others wouldn't be naughty and stuff and do that, and it mostly worked. Except we still went on the outer pavement. But that was as far as we would go. We couldn't go as far as me. So she was basically threatening the others. Also, my house is done. And I'm basically done with my stories about my school and doing a Minecraft house. Pretty nice. So that's it for today. Bye-bye. Hope you enjoyed the story.